As you're all aware, Mirror Dungeon is basically the only content that you have at the end of game. Sure, you get the same old hard mode content with a different colored paint. However, Mirror Dungeon is the thing that you'll find yourself doing most of the time in Limbus company once you're done doing, well, everything else in the game. I'm sure this isn't gonna really affect new players as much because as the game goes on, more stuff gets added for them to do and experience, so they're not going to really understand this as yet. But as someone who has completed literally every single thing in the game minus collecting all egos, you can't make me do that. You can't make me do that. Mirror Dungeon gets pretty boring at the 2000th time, so here are my ideas on how to make Mirror Dungeon replayability just a bit more fun. So we all know the boombox of dramatic entrances ego gift. You know, the one that saves every single solo run with a blunt ID? Yeah, we all know that. Of course, while healing is good, that's all it really does. Along with the occasional SP heal if you use a counter. But other than that, that's all it does. And that's really goddamn good. However, I have an idea that make it better. What if, when you have the ego gift, you could change the music to whatever you want inside the Mirror Dungeon while you have it? I personally think that it is really a waste to have a literal boombox in the Mirror Dungeon and not really be able to do anything music related to it. So I think it'd make replayability way easier if you could use the boombox to play whatever you want, because I'm sure you're all tired of hearing the same Mirror Dungeon theme. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Bum dun bum dun bum bum. Along with the occasional abnormality music that most people don't know is originally from Lobotomy Corporation. So I think it'd be really cool if the boombox could actually play music. I also believe Mirror Dungeon replayability would greatly benefit from having a shopkeep in the shop. A tiny entity in the corner or so that makes a speech bubble in regards to everything you do in the shop, whether it's buying and selling, upgrading, or an idle dialogue, with a new one being added each week in order to keep things fresh. Since it's been confirmed in the past that a convenience store owner does exist, it'd be a nice little add-on in the repetitiveness of Mirror Dungeon. I prefer the shopkeep you get to not correspond with the floor boss you're going to fight or something similar, and rather it be randomized. If it was guaranteed who you'd get each time, it'd definitely become redundant at a certain point. As for shopkeepers, I like them to be chibi characters from throughout the story, not announcers. Since we have to deal with them as announcers already, does it just get annoying? Or a lot of bosses, same reason as before, though a few could still be shopkeepers. But mostly characters that we haven't seen in a while or only had a few appearances, with the occasional fan favorite here and there, along with a rare chance to get a chibi abnormality. To paint the scene, imagine a chibi Paula and Camille that starts to bicker when you don't do anything in the shop. Or Valencina shopkeeper that compliments whatever choice thing you buy and crashes out when you buy an alcohol-related item. Or a Drifting Fox one that uses a sleeping sprite when you don't do anything and idle. Or a Rufo shopkeep that gets her needlework when you click on her. An Earl King shopkeep that shows what all Earl Kings have been doing in life since Catherine was erased and they can move on with their lives. Or a Nicolina shopkeep that weeps a bit when you enter the current Mirror Dungeon shop, since a new Mirror Dungeon is going to be added the next week for the new season. I think shopkeepers would serve as a nice reminder that this character exists and make Mirror Dungeon replayability much more bearable. That's about it for any recommendation I have. If you have recommendations yourself, feel free to leave a comment. That's it for me. Have a good day.